Okay, I'm just trying to share my slide. Bear with me. Obviously, we're having, there we go. Can you see my my desktop now?
Yes.
Perfect, thank you. Okay then, so what is NDC? So new distribution capability, better known today as NDC, is actually not something new. In fact, NDC dates back to 2012. So here we have a brief timeline of the industry's ever-evolving standards. In the 1980s, EDIFACT was created, and we have been working under these standards for the last 40 plus years, where we have watched carriers introduce branded fares in 2006, for example, and later in 2008, IATA stopped issuing paper tickets. So the first time that we actually hear the term NDC as such is in 2012. It is during this year that IATA begins to roll out the concept. We all know that change is never an easy thing, but Sabre endeavours for this change to be as consistent as possible for our partners to embrace. So NDC, in a nutshell, it's simply a new form or channel of distribution for carriers to sell their fares and services. And it has two main objectives. One is to enable the transition from legacy communication protocols, or EDIFACT, to this new modern communication. So that is a new single standard language that is XML-based data. So in other words, with NDC, airlines and technology partners such as Sabre are communicating in a new way. And we're communicating through APIs or web services. And along with a new language and modern technology comes the second objective, which is for the airlines to be able to better personalize air offers, which will include fare, ancillaries, products, and enriched content to its partners. With NDC, new definitions and terms have been introduced to our industry. So here in the black column, we have all the traditional terms that we have been so familiar with and used until now. And the red box on the right-hand side, in contrast, includes the newer NDC language that we are beginning to start using more frequently. So we have EDIFACT versus NDC, format commands versus the graphical view, ATPCO versus dynamic offers, and these are just a few examples. As of today, we have 19 participating carriers that are available on Sabre via the NDC channel, with presence in over 150 countries, and with an additional 50 plus airlines in the pipeline. This next slide is a representation of this pipeline. You can see some of the carriers that are still in the exploration phase on the top part here. And on the bottom part, you can see the airlines that have already launched NDC content with their available offers, as well as offers that are still in development. Here we have a clearer picture of all the key supported capabilities via the Sabre NDC channel. So we have come a very long way since we first started development. And what's important to take note of is that not all of the NDC carriers that we saw on the previous slide that are active today necessarily support all of these capabilities yet. NDC capability development needs to take place on both ends. So if a carrier hasn't developed the capability on their end, we cannot offer it to our partners through the GDS. It must occur on the airline side first. They need to make it available for the technology partners or aggregators such as Sabre to begin their development to bring those capabilities across to its travel partners. And now let's turn to Alfredo, who will walk us through a demo of the NDC shopping workflow on Sabre Red 360. So thank you, Alfredo.
Okay, second sound check. Can you hear me?
We can indeed.
Okay, perfect. So thank you so much, Laura, for that great introduction to NDC offers and orders. So we're going to go ahead and we will do a short demo on NDC in the Sabre Red 360 workflow to review the key support capabilities that Laura mentioned before in the previous slide. So one of the things that I would like to clarify first is that this is just a quick demo, okay? We could actually spend hours talking about NDC, We have a training that's 2 hours long. So I'm gonna do this demo to show you how to create an NDC order, how to void a ticket. Then we're going to make an NDC exchange shop. So please just keep in mind that all the details are actually covered in our training session that are available for you. And those are 2 hours long. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen and I'm gonna show you. Let me know if you can see my screen, please. Can you please let me know?
Yes,
Yes,
we
we
can.
can see it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. So I'm going to do this demo in the Sabre Red web version. Not sure if all of you have access to the Sabre Red web version. If you are not having this version yet, I highly recommend that you talk with your account director to have access to this wonderful tool. So I'm going to use the Sabre Red web version, and for this demo, I'm going to go for the air module, and I'm gonna do the air shopping to 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 see the NDC content. So something important here, I'm not going to use a profile for this particular demo. You can copy your profile previously if you want to save some time in order to create the order. But I'm going to do this from scratch because I'm going to show you the step by step to set the information or to create the order in NDC. Okay, so I'm going to start with this demo with my city pair. I'm going to do this example for JFK, Mexico to GFK. So I'm going to use this particular dates, let's say to August the 14th, and I'm going to do a round trip. As you can see, so easily to search the city pairs is going to be a round trip. You can go with your keyboard, or you can select the dates using your mouse. Okay, so I'm going to select August 14 to August 15, and I'm going to select for one passenger for this demo. Okay, in American Airlines, you can select up to 9 passengers. Okay, so this is something that American Airlines can do. So this example, I'm just going to use one adult passenger. So I'm going to select in the carrier section just for American Airlines, just for go to straight to the American Airlines content. And something important here is that I'm going to use a specific qualifier for NDC. So as you can see, or maybe you have seen in this module, in this graphical module, we have a lot of qualifiers that we can actually use. So I'm gonna select one of the qualifiers that is actually relevant to NDC. We have, as I mentioned before, a lot of advanced qualifiers that we can always use no matter what the type of fare you're looking. But the new qualifier that is actually relevant for this demo today is exclude, let me type it, fare source, okay? I'm going to exclude first source because in that way, I'm going to be able to indicate that on the next page, I just want to see NDC first, okay? One more time, remember that the idea is that you get all the content simultaneously. So if you don't select this qualifier, you're gonna get everything on the next page. In the case, I'm actually selecting this, so I can only get NDC offers, okay? So I'm going to exclude first source. I'm going to exclude Sabre fares, exclude API fares, and I'm just going to have this NDC fare. So let's go to shop airfare. One of the things that you will see in the response is something that you are used to see in the Edifact content. So it's the same, it's exactly the same. The only thing here is that you will see that the NDC content or the NDC source will be shown in here. So NDC. I just make the request using the NDC content for American Airlines. So we're just going to see American Airlines content. So you will see the American Airlines logo, the airline, the city pair, the total time, and also you will see here the NDC content and the fare name, okay, or the fare name, or maybe you can also known as branded fares. You also will see here the breakdown, all the details for the fare base, the taxes, and the total amount. Okay, in this case, it's just for one adult. and you will see this breakdown information for every single brand name, okay? So if you want to see details for every single fare, in this case, the basic economy, you can select in here and you will see information regarding to exchanges, for example. In this case, is not permit, refunds, if is refundable or not. So it's going to change. For example, here we have the fare description is the basic economy. You can select the basic economy in here and you will see more details related to the fare. Okay, we have here the first leg, the second, and the third one to see every single fare description. So as you can see, if I select the main cabin, also the fare description will change, and also we'll see here that the information related to exchanges and refunds is changing again. This is something that you can see here that the basic economy is not permitting changes or refunds. But once I change to the main cabin, it's changeable. It changed to changeable and not refundable. The main cabin the same. Also the fare description and the main plus. Okay. Also, we have here the CO2 emissions, estimated emissions to console. If you want to see this information, you can select, just click in here, and you will see the average emissions, okay? And also you can see here the seat map. I'm not going to see the seat map at this moment. We are going to see it later to select the seat. So I'm going to select the main cabin for this particular example. And we're going to click in select offer, okay? So what happens if you select the offer that the airline gives you and you are not sure that this is the best option for your passenger? You can simply go in here to this icon and you will go back to the previous options, okay? This is something is a tip for you. If you want to go back and select again and search the offers that the airlines give you. So I'm gonna again select the main cabin. This is the second step to create the order. So you will see here the pricing option. What is the price options? You can reprice this offer using these advanced pricing qualifiers. You can reprice using the frequent flyer, form of payment, or unused ticket. In this case, I'm not going to reprice this offer because I don't have any frequent flyer because this is a certain environment and this is not a real there is not a real frequent flyer. But this is something important that you keep in mind because the whole purpose of NDC as well is getting better deals. For example, if you use a frequent flyer, okay? So the offer will be adjusted according to who's traveling. So that's kind of the whole purpose of NDC. You can actually customize or personalize the offer according to the travelers. So this is something important that you can select in here, the reprice, okay? So you will see here the segments, the fare basis code, and also you will see here the offer time limit. Remember that you have only 20 minutes to select the offer and complete and create the order, okay? Then you have here the ticket time limit. So it's the time to make the ticketing or issue the ticket. And then you will see here the total fare, okay? Then you will see here also the breakdown for the passenger type. We search for an adult. We don't have any bags in here because the offer is not offering the bags. Then we have again, the fare base, the taxes, and the total. Then we are going to see something similar than in the previous page. We are going to see the fare description, the baggage information, taxes, charges, and fare calculation, and also the seat map. Okay. Then the next step is create the order. So we're going to create the order. Again, if you have or you copied a profile, you already see that all the information will be auto-populated in the create order step. Okay, you will see all the information related to your traveler auto-populated in here, and also the contact information. So for these demo purposes, I'm going to set all the information manually, just to show you that this is the mandatory information to create an order in NDC. So their name, the date of birth, the gender, and the contact information. I'm going to select the traveler, a phone number, and the email address, okay? Also, we have some additional information in here. In case you want to select this information, you have this frequent flyer, passport, visa, secure flight information, and name reference number, okay? Also the airline notification contact in case you want to select this, and the agency email and client ID. For this particular demo purposes, I'm just going to create the order using the traveling information and contact information. So we're going to click on create order, and we're going to wait for the airline response. So as you can see, we have here that the order has been created successfully. Okay, and we have here an order ID, that this is an internal order ID for Sabre and the airline. So in case you want to display using commands, you can display the PNR. In this case, we don't have any yet, but you can display using the Sabre command, and you will see here that this is an NDC order next to the airline name, let's say. And also you will see here that we have a Sabre order ID, that it says that this is an NDC order. So what is the next step? We have two options to complete the order. We can go and display our order, or we can go and display in the suitcase, in the trip summary, in this part of the screen. You can display the PNR again. As you can see, we don't have any PNR. So you can go in the PNR section and click on end and retrieve PNR. This is the first option. Or the second option is in the trip summary, you can go and click in end and retrieve. Let's go to the second option and end and retrieve. And then we're going to see that we will have a PNR number, okay? So now we have complete our PNR, our order in NDC. So again, you can go back and display in the line command, and you will see here the PNR number, okay? So this is for the first step to create the order in NDC. So what's next? We're going to select the seats. So we are going just go here to the suitcase and display the trip summary, and then go to this air section. In these three dots, we're going to select seats, okay? So let's assign the seats. We're going to see the seat map, the graphical seat map, and this is something that you are used to see in Sabre. This is the graphical seat map. Also, we have here the three segments, okay? This is an American Airlines flight, and you will see here the seat legend. Passenger available, unavailable, for paid. So we can select manually a seat with price, or we can also select a seat that is available for free, that is including the fare. So I'm going to select this default free seat for the first leg, and you will see here that is selected in here. So we're going to click in the next flight. It's going to check in here, and we're going to select another one that is free. Click on next flight, and we're going to select this one that is available. So we're going to save it. And you will see that the seats have been successfully saved. So let's go to close. Okay, so we have assigned the seats. Let's see the summary. This is a beautiful view that you will see here in the graphical PNR. You will see here the travelers, the air segments, the seats. In this case, we also have the air extras. And also you can display it and you will see the seats that have been assigned. Okay. So what is the next step? We need to issue the ticket, or for NDC vocabulary, we need to fulfill the order. Okay. So in order to fulfill the order, we need to use the workflows. In here, we have the play button that display all the workflows, and that we need to select the NDC fulfill order option. Okay, we have already displayed our PNR, so we need to click in NDC fulfill order, and we will see here all the items related to the order. So something important here, I want to show you something that maybe you will see in the future if you do this similar as I am doing. You have here all the seats that have already ticketed because they are for free. But we also have the order item for the flights that are not ticketed yet. So if we select all the items and then select the form of payment, again, remember, if you have already copied a profile, you will see the form of payment that are associated to this passenger, maybe the credit card information or so on. So I'm going to select for this particular example, cash, and I'm going to click on NDC fulfill order, okay? So I want to show you something that is important here in case uh, you fulfill the order as the same way that I did in this example. So I'm going to receive the fulfill order successful response that indicates that the ticket has been issued. Okay, I have the ticket number, the total price, and the PNR number. And also I will receive this warning message. Okay, what is this? This is a response from the airline that is telling you that the tickets or the seats have been already ticketed, as you saw in the uh, previous window. We show you that the seats were already have been already ticketed. Okay, so this is just a warning that is telling you that is not necessary to ticket again. So the airline only has ticket the air segment. Okay, this is just a warning for you. So we can go and display the tickets, and you will see in the graphical PNR the tickets in here. You will see the coupon status as open, and this is the ticket receipt that you can just click in here, and you will see all the details for the ticket receipt. Let's go to the quotes. You will see here the air segment ticket, and here you will find the seats that are confirmed. Okay. Again, if you want to display as usually do in the command line, you will see here that also we have the accounting data. Say that we're going to display the accounting data information has already created automatically. Okay. If you want to display the tickets, you will see here the ticket. But if you want to display it as you usually do in the command line, for example, in this case, the ticket, you will see this response. It means that this is not a ticket created in Edifact as usually you are used to do. So the best way or the way to display the ticket is just going to the trip summary, display the graphical PNR, and go as we do before to the ticketing section and display the ticket just like this. As you can see here, we have divided this section for the tickets created in ATPCO and the tickets created for NDC. Okay, so you can easily reviewing here. So this is for the order created in NDC. So if we want to void this ticket, let's make this example. We need to again display the ticket, let's say in the graphical mode or in the command line, and then we're going to use our workflows again. So there is an option in the workflow section that is related to cancel the ticket, okay? So in this case, I'm going to cancel this ticket using this workflow. As you can see, I have here the document number, and I'm just going to click on continue. I'm just going to see that the ancillaries and seats may not be included in the total amount. And I'm going to see here that I'm going to void the ticket. So we're going to cancel the ticket. And we will see the response with the cancel ticket successful, okay? The ticket number and the status as void. We can display the tickets. Let me just close this one. And you will see in the ticketing part, okay, that we have already voided the ticket. If you want to display the PNR, you will see that we don't have itinerary, okay? And if you want to display the tickets, you will see here that is void, okay? So this is for issue a ticket, I issue NDC ticket or issue a PNR in Sabre Red, and then we saw the voided step. So I'm going to show you now an example for exchange. So let me just display, let me ignore this one and clean my screen. I'm going to display this ticket I have already created, this PNR early. Let me see if this one is going to work. Okay, so we have here an NDC order, okay, that we need to, let's say, to exchange, okay? So how we are going to do this? We're going to use, again, the workflows. And there is an option to exchange the ticket that is called NDC Exchange Shop. So we're going to select this option, and we are going to see that we are going to have the two segments, and we have these options to make the exchange. We can exchange the first leg or keep this first leg, or the same for the return. We can exchange it or keep it. As you can see, we have here selected, pre-populated, these legs to make the exchange because I have selected exchange. But for this particular example, I'm going to keep the first leg and I'm going to exchange the second leg. Let's say that I'm going to return the next day. You can select as the air shopping window is the same. As you can see, we can select the day, the time, if you want to select any specific time. But for this particular example, I'm just going to exchange for the next day. So let's go to shop airfare, and we will see the options that the airline is going to return for this particular exchange shop, okay? So we have here the options that the airline is offering to you. So as you can see, we have here some fares that are showing a residual amount. What happened here? If the new order is less expensive than the original ticket, the residual amount will be either refunded to the original form of payment or issued on a separate document as EMD. Okay, so in this case, we have this residual amount, which means that the new order is less expensive. Okay, let's take this one. Let's pick up this one, and we're going to select the offer. So when we select this offer, you will see here that this is again, the breakdown. The passenger type, the count, the bags, the fare, the base fare, taxes, the total amount. This is the original amount, and this is the residual amount. Okay, so we're going to see in a separate document this residual amount. So in this case, the even exchange is for $0. So we're going to rebook the order. And the order was successful. Okay, so we can display the order in here. We're going to see that in the quote section, we have see the exchange in here with the residual amount in here. And then we have to go again to the workflow section and fulfill the order. Okay, we're going to select in here the exchange and the form of payment, the item order, and fulfill the order. Okay, the fulfill order was successful. We can display the tickets. And you will see here, this is in the ticketing section. We are here in the ticketing section. Let me just close this one. And you will see here, this is the exchange coupon. It's exchange as a status in here. You will see here the new ticket as status open. And then you will see here the residual amount. Okay. Okay, perfect. So we have seen now the exchange shopping, and something that I want to show you now. Let me just ignore it here. And just for I'm going to show you this workflow that maybe is useful for you. That is the extend sales report, just for reporting purposes. If you want to track all the NDC tickets, you can use this option to do that. So we can select in here the pseudo city that you want to report. You can select in the settlement type, the NDC tickets, and you can search, and you will see here the extended sales report with the information regarding to all the NDC tickets or the NDC orders that you are creating. Okay. You can also use the DQB command, DQB display, Lorraine Cross, NDC. Sorry, it's not working. The DQB again, Lorraine Cross. Again. So as you can see here, we have here the DQB using the command line. Okay, so that's about it for me on this very short demo on NDC orders and offers. And I hope at least you were able to get some good information out of it. So just to finalize this demo, I want to show you a couple of slides regarding to the best practices and considerations. Something that you need to check from your end is to test the end-to-end process, okay? There are a lot of system and steps that are involved in your agency that you need to check internally. So important here is that the front office, mid office, or back office need to be checked from your end. Maybe you can start this conversation with your developers or your back office systems. We have a IUR guide that is a technical guide that we can share with you in order to see what is the important consideration for NDC tickets. If you want to start reporting and processing the NDC tickets, you need to refer to that guide, that is a technical guide, to start processing the NDC orders or the NDC tickets for the back office. So you also need to check the OBT in case you are using our APIs or you want to change and consume the NDC content. You need to check with your OBT if they are ready to process the NDC information. So you also need to check, the trip case of Sabre Traveler Communication. If you have any automated tools like Automation Hub or Ticket Express, and you want to process the NDC orders, you need to check internally the workflows in place with these tools. You have any red apps or scripts of PF keys, also you need to change the logic. So this is important for you that you check or test the end-to-end process to see and verify that the NDC orders are processed correctly, okay? So something important here is that ensure that all the agents can have these training sessions, the graphical NDC sessions, to understand in a better way, in a deep way, the workflow for NDC. Also, Laura is going to show you in a couple of minutes how to place orders via Sabre Central. So this is important. If you want to activate NDC, the step-by-step to place these orders. So if you want to test the environment in our you want to test, NDC in our test environment, you can request to your Sabre account team to have access to the cert environment in NDC. So if you don't have any cert PCC dedicated to do this testing, you can do in real time, but you can check daily the sales report for NDC orders, just I mentioned before, or you can use the DQB for NDC orders. Also, we recommend that you read the fare rules to ensure that the fare is refundable and does not carry a penalty. Also, we recommend that after the testing, cancel all flights and void or refund the tickets. If you want to schedule a call with your Sabre account team, you can discuss the plan and we can recommend some and other things for the NDC adoption. In case you have any issue with the NDC orders, we also recommend that you open a case in our central Sabre site in order to assist you with our technical team. Okay, so that's all for my end. I'm gonna turn it back to Laura.
Perfect. Thank you, Alfredo. All right, so let's now review the training options and resources available, as Alfredo mentioned. And I do want to actually highlight that there are several training options available to all of the agents that will address many of the questions that you may have. So you can choose from a wide range of self-paced learning modules that are readily available through Sabre Central. And these include NDC air shopping, ticketing, and NDC pricing. These classes generally run for no more than 10 minutes each. There are some modules that are as short as 5 and 6 minutes. So they're easily accessible through Sabre Central for you. Another option is attending a free NDC webinar trainer-led class. So please note that the format of the NDC webinar class will differ to what we have seen today. Our objective today has been to provide you with an overview of what NDC is, followed by the general demo of the NDC workflow only, which is what Alfredo has showed us. So this is not necessarily a training class. It's a webinar with a demo. The trainer-led classes, these that I'm referring to here, these are more interactive sessions and are more tutorial-like. So here we have listed for you offers that are available for the months of May and June. So these are your next offers or classes on offer for North America, and which you can also easily enroll in by visiting Sabre Central, and you will find all of these under the training tab. Feel free to also check out the additional support resources library on Sabre Central. Here you'll be able to access all the NDC information available that includes recordings, an ordering process guide, and all the latest release notes for NDC. So this will help you to keep up to speed. Finally, remember to turn to Finder to stay up to date on NDC capabilities and offers for any given carrier. So all you need to do once you're in Finder is type the acronym NDC and then followed by the carrier code, and it will display all the capabilities that are not only supported by the carrier, but ready in production through the GDS for you. So this is what will show up on Finder when you actually do this. We have an example here for you on American Airlines. There's one for United Airlines and one for Avianca, for example. Moving on now to the ordering process. So hopefully the majority of you have already placed an order for NDC through the marketplace for the agency. But if you haven't done so already, you will need to place a separate order for each of the active carriers. So you can perform an easy search by simply typing in NDC in the search field once you're in Sabre Marketplace, and the full list of NDC offers will come up for you. So here we have them, for example. You will need to accept the terms and conditions to be able to move forward and then proceed to your cart. In your order, you will need to ensure that all your agency details are correct. Otherwise, the carrier may reject your order. Things that we need to check include the country of origin for each PCC. Next is the point of sale. So where you want the NDC offers to actually show up through, if through the Sabre Red 360 desktop, for example, or if they need to go through web services API platforms, or if through both. You can also select that. Then we have the shopping tie condition, and this helps you to choose your preferred shopping display. We activate NDC at the PCC level, so you will need to select which, if not all PCCs, you want to see NDC offers appearing under.